Hi everybody, Mark Michaels here, and we are back at the NCHA Kit Kat Sugar Super Stakes with Mr. John Kratzer, the newest champion. Welcome, John.
Thank you.
So, 5-year-old champion, non-pro champion here on Babe Smart Cat.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about the background on this one.
Well, I owned a great mare named My Lizzie Babe,
Yeah.
and we ended up buying her full sister, and her name was Just You Babe. We bought her in the yearling sale from the Drummonds,
Yeah.
who we also bought My Lizzie Babe from. And I was riding with Tim Smith in California at the time. We trained her. She was really good, but she got hurt a number of times. She kind of broke our heart, to be honest, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And I'm good friends with Art Nicholas, who owns Wagon Hound Land and Cattle Company. They also own WR This Cat Smart. And I ended up selling that mare, Just You Babe, to them. And a year later went back and bought the first baby.
Nice.
When it hit the ground.
Nice. So this horse was, and I think we've said it before, was one of the standouts at the pre-futurities, like going to the pre-works and things. Had some tough luck early on, but has really been coming on strong with both you and Tatum lately.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, she's phenomenally talented. She's very, very quick. Tatum did have some rough luck at the futurity, but he's done a phenomenal job with this horse. She's very fractious, and there were a number of things about her that he just was patient enough to let her find her way.
Yeah.
And let her build her confidence. I think that's the one thing that he does a phenomenal job with. He lets them be individuals, and he really builds their confidence. And I just stayed off of her and let him go through all that painful process. And he's really getting along with her well now.
Yeah.
And I started riding her about a month ago, and it's been pretty fun ever since.
It's like jumping into a Ferrari.
It's absolutely like jumping in a Ferrari.
Well, she's sure a special horse, and she's so dynamic and quick. Tell us about your run today at 225, huge score. We were talking earlier, I think that's one of your high scores. You might have done that before, but I mean, this is definitely kind of a high bar for you.
Yeah, well, certainly my highest score by far at Will Rogers.
Yeah.
The truth is I've been doing this a long time, but I haven't been here for these big events as much as I would like, because I'm from Texas, but was living in California a number of those years in between. And, I've been to 2 or 3 futurities, but really haven't been a regular attendee here. And have two aged event horses now, and I entered all the amateur stuff. And actually what happened on this deal on the non-pro was Tatum had a little bit of trouble in the open, and he suggested that I buy a non-pro slot, which I was kind of looking for a limited non-pro or I guess an intermediate non-pro slot, and ended up finding this one and bought it. And so it's been great ever since.
Worked out. Well, tell us a bit about your run today.
Yeah, so I got lucky. We had a good draw. I've drawn pretty well over here this week, which is an important part of it. And watched cows with Tatum like I always do. And the first cow was something that we both liked from the beginning, and it set up real well. I was able to kind of walk through the herd and cut it off of RL's side. RL has been phenomenal. He's been there with me. He and Matt Miller have been there on that side all week long.
Yeah.
And so that cow set up really well and was very good. And when I tagged off and went back, Tatum was pretty intense.
he could feel something special was fixing to happen.
I think he knew we were in the hunt if I didn't screw up.
Right.
And so we started to go after a cow that we kind of liked that Kylie ended up cutting later, but it just didn't set up very well. And he told me very clearly to reconsider the cherry eyebrow cow, a red cherry eyebrow, and it set up pretty well over there on his side, and we kind of got it cut clean and got it way up the pen, which is something he's been working with me a lot on. And she went to work, and it was great. And I think that both he and RL were concerned that I was going to tag off.
Yeah.
And they both yelled at me about the same time, as loud as they could yell, "Do not stop, stay till the buzzer." And so, look, I just tried to stay focused, and it all worked out.
Yeah, well, it's fun. It's fun when it does work out like that. And obviously, you've been working hard at this, and and got some results, and a big payday here for today, over $40,000 in this one. What do you want, about $7,000, $8,000? Reserve champion in the amateur.
Yeah.
Is that your biggest pay week?
Oh, this is my biggest pay week by far.
Yeah.
I maybe have won a $10,000 check before. I can't even remember, but in that range. But this is by far the biggest single check I've ever won, and the best week I've ever had. I mean, it was kind of an epic week, and I feel blessed to have been able to get through it all and do well.
Well, and your family was here to enjoy it with you.
All my girls were here. I run in a very large tribe of women, and they were all here today, and we all got in the picture, so that was fun. And I laugh because I don't have any family pictures, because when you live with 4 women and you take pictures on iPhone, they take turns deleting what they don't like, and by the time you get to the end, there's no pictures left.
So speaking of that, tell us a bit about the ranch name, Cows and Horses. How did that come about?
Well, my wife came up with that actually a long time ago when I first started cutting. A business associate, encouraged me to go incorporate, and I created an LLC or a sub-S corporation, I can't remember, and we were going down to Dallas County to go through the process, fill out the paperwork, and I was like, Kara, I don't know, what do we call our business? And we owned some cows with this guy at the time, and she said, well, call it Cows and Horses, etc. And so for better or for worse, the name has stuck, and that's the brand now that we brand all our horses with, and the ranch is Cows and Horses.
Now the etc. part, does that open it up to let you explore other animals as well, other farm animals?
The etc. or the dogs and the zebu and all these weird animals that end up landing at our house, and cats, and I think the etc. gives my wife and the girls a chance to do whatever they want.
Write them off as well.
Exactly.
Well, perfect. Well, John, it's been fun watching you here this week. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you. What's the plans going forward from here now?
Just whatever Tatum tells me to do, I'm going to try to do.
Well, I'm sure we'll see you at the BI.
I think we're going to try to go to the BI, and so anyway, I appreciate everything you're doing. These having the live videos has been phenomenal for the sport. So thanks for doing that.
I appreciate it. Well, good luck down the road.
Take care, man.
Thanks again.
Thanks.